Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Now we start with the Moon card. This is a new moon energy. To me, this is the feeling that we are right on the verge of this exciting, mysterious, unknown adventure. Yeah. This is a card that says change is happening. We're right on the threshold of it. Yeah. And right now it might be a little uncertain. We might not know exactly what it's going to be, but I think we're very excited about it. I think that this is really a turning point in your life. This is almost the opportunity for us to, I don't know, start over or begin again or start something new, right? It's kind of like we've got to just close our eyes and take that big step into the future, right? Let's put it into some context. Let's see what we might be stepping from or stepping into, yeah? Let's see here. Oh, okay, Lover's card. There's another card of change. This is, it's going to take some getting used to, this change, yeah? And we've got the Star card, Ace of Swords, very nice, and your Power card, the Hermit card. Interesting that we have this in the future position, right? Because, let me finish up. We fire, we've got a little bit of water and more fire. This is going to be interesting because whatever is going on here, this step, this doorway that you're in front of is the best decision that you've ever made, right? This is your commitment to this choice, and it is opening up the rest of your life for you. But for some of you, you're stepping into the Hermit energy away from this relationship, right? Away from something that you've already been committed to. Right? So for some, it really feels as if we're going with ourselves. We are standing alone. We are finding our own light. We don't need this anymore. Yeah. Whatever it is, you have this absolute certainty. There's no doubt in your mind that your destiny is to take this big leap with this relationship that might be, for some of you anyway, it's that decision, and you're going to know who you are. You're going to know what side of what camp you're in, right? Because you have this Ace of Swords, you have this certainty, you already know the answer. For some of you, you're leaving this relationship and you're standing on your own. For some of you, the other side, you're committing to this relationship and it is leading you closer to yourself, to your own power. That this is a situation that is going to bring out the best qualities of you. Okay, and I can't tell you what camp you're in, but you know which side of this fence you're on already. Okay, and whatever that is, whatever side you're on, with the Eon card underneath, this is a very big step for you. And it is leading to the rest of your life. It is leading you to your future. This is something that you are destined for. This is the Star card. This is the shining influence. This is Spirit showing you the flashlight. Spirit's got a spotlight on your path for you. And that's why you have this certainty now about which path you're on, where you're going, what you're doing. You're stepping into your power. Right, this way. Whatever that means here, whether we're getting into or out of this commitment, it's bringing you your power. It's opening up this door, and it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be uncomfortable. This is a doorway of fire. And we kind of have to activate this fire. We have to get used to this fire. We have to get used to our power. We have to get used to how perhaps uncomfortable it's going to feel at first. whether you're getting into or out of this situation, it's going to be uncomfortable at the beginning. It's something you're not really used to, you know? And it's meant to be. This is a doorway of fire, right? It's something that's going to force you to adjust, to adapt, right? To kind of, to acclimate to this new situation. And I think you will find that it really is for the best. This is going to kind of singe off of you those things that were holding you back, those things that you don't need anymore, right? Those things that are keeping you from your inner light, your true will, your true light, your true power. And then, of course, over here, we see all this fire energy, which shows that you really are immersing yourself in this personal power, and there's absolutely nothing that you cannot create now. This is you owning your life. This is you like taking control of your destiny and your fate. And there's no limit here. There's no limit. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're just going to set it down over here. We're going to put Kevin, aka Mr. Bates, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, so don't even try, Virgo. But it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during this tarot card reading you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments. All right? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. Yeah. So let's take a look around. We know we've got a lot of major arcana cards right here. This is a spiritual certainty for you. This is a spiritual path that you're on, and maybe you're not a spiritual person. I feel like you are. I feel like you're kind of recently a spiritual person, you know? And what I mean is this star card's kind of behind everything. So I feel like you had a sort of recent, maybe like the last year or two or whatever, but a relatively recent experience that solidified your spiritual understanding, right? Solidified this kind of almost like your belief or your acknowledgement of the spirit world, of psychic phenomena. I don't know if you had some sort of experience, you had some sort of communication with an ancestor or a spirit guide, some sort of unexplainable event in your life. Something significant happened. It was maybe a sudden like spiritual download, a sudden awakening, right? Or some sort of vision that occurred to you, and I think it changed the course of your path right now. And maybe that's what brought you this certainty here. And then you know without the shadow of a doubt what the right choice is for you. Now we still have that moon card. We still have this kind of darkness in the future. We don't know exactly what it's going to be like making this decision. We don't know what tomorrow is going to be like because we haven't gotten there yet, right? But we are finding our own power. And I don't feel there's any kind of fear here for you. I don't feel like there's anything that's going to deter you from making this decision. See, we see the Lover's card here, and it's always this card is always talking about a decision or a commitment. It's not always talking about a romantic relationship. Sometimes it is, obviously, there's that kind of literal interpretation, but it's always a choice, it's always a commitment. So when I say that you're either stepping into or getting out of a situation, it could be an employment situation, it could be a family thing, it could be a romantic thing, it could be a marriage, it could be anything, right? It could be just a way of perceiving the world, right? It could be something abstract, but it is. These two cards together are saying that you are committed to the future. You're committed to making this choice and stepping out into the unknown. And that step is leading you toward your personal power, toward your own spirit. See, this is the star, and this is something maybe that we perceive abstractly. Maybe we had a glimpse of, the angels, a glimpse of God, goddess, deity, right? A glimpse of spirit guide or of true self. But then when we get to the hermit in the future here, I feel like this is more than a glimpse. This is an identification with that energy. Yeah. And this is really very, very empowering. And we see the whole cluster of major arcana cards here. We've got fire, we've got a little bit of water, a little bit of air. We don't have any earth energy, but you are the earth. Right? Virgo, you are the hermit. You are that earth energy. So this really feels like a very, very powerful spread that we've got here. And the Ace of Swords at the top here, this is your antenna. This is that part of you that is open to receiving the guidance from Spirit. And I think you had this random sudden event that happened, and now you're starting to kind of focus on that and trying to say, okay, I'm ready for more. That I'm now kind of emptying my mind, emptying my heart, and I'm not having any kind of predisposition. I have no bias, no prejudice. Whatever you want to tell me, Spirit, I'm here, I'm open, I'm empty. Right? And that's kind of what I mean with the Ace of Swords. This is not the answer. This is you receiving the answer. Right? This is not you knowing everything. This is you, again, kind of empty, ready to receive what you need to know. Yeah. So I say we're emptying our mind. We don't have any other swords cards here. So there's not a lot of chatter in our brains about, what we should do, where we should go, what options we have. We're not involved in this constant dialogue with ourselves. That we take a deep breath, we let it out, and we're open and receptive. And we're empty. Yeah. And we're emptying our heart too, which kind of to me means we're emptying these expectations. We're also emptying ourselves of all of these kinds of fears, for one, expectations, yeah, the desires, certain desires that are going to keep us in this situation that we are receiving the confirmation that it's time to move on from. Yeah, so we see both of those ideas here. In order for you to be on this, to really invoke the Spirit into your daily life and be on this, this is a blessed path right here. And it is the horizontal path. So this is your daily kind of earthly life going this way. And this is all major arcana spiritual energy. So just the fact that we have all major arcanas going from left to right on the horizontal axis is telling me that you're really accepting the divine energy, the blessings into your daily life. Yeah. And I think that's a big thing. And I don't know that it was always like that for you, right? And of course, we've got the mind being empty of thoughts, doubts, expectations, opinions, prejudices, biases. We've got the heart that is recognizing that, there are things that we desire in life, all of us, that are not good for us. And we can talk about that on any plane. Physically, yeah, we desire, like sugar and all this kind of stuff. And too much of that's not good for us. We all desire things on the physical plane that are not good for us. That might not be good for us on the physical plane, but that might also have consequences on the emotional, mental, or spiritual planes that we don't realize. Yeah. And then, of course, the desires of our heart. We might really be attached to somebody. We might have a lot of strong feelings for someone, but we know that it's not meant for us, right? And so we have to empty our hearts and empty our minds of all of this so that we can we can perceive the starlight. Okay? Now, who's the one in the flower dress? Someone's always wearing like a floral kind of pattern on their dress. I don't know if it's you or if it's maybe grandma or something like that, or a friend, but someone's always in the flower dress. Someone like really, really loves the floral print clothing. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Interesting. The moon card here. It's the new moon, and it's dark, right? We can't see even our own hand in front of us. But that's not stopping you. You don't have any fear. Yeah. I'm feeling like you're making this decision, and I see you stepping forward into this darkness, knowing it's going to be okay, knowing that you're stepping into yourself, and that it's going to be successful. That it's like, your true self is there waiting for you. Yeah. And I feel there's like this kind of the archetype of like the wise old man, And I wonder if you had a wise old man in your life. There is someone that it maybe kind of in the traditional way had just like the long white beard and was just kind of, look kind of the way the hermit looks, And I don't know if that was maybe dad or grandpa, or if it's just something from your dreams or a character from a book or a story or something that you kind of always have kept with you. And I know the Hermit card is obviously your power card. But I feel like in a very literal way, like this image has been with you for a long time, maybe even before you knew anything about tarot or anything about spirituality. I feel like you've had kind of a wise old man with you for your life, really, from probably as far as you can remember. In some ways, I feel like that is kind of your higher self, trying to kind of lead you down the path, but in a way where it's kind of like, they say like a master is always there with the answers, but you have to ask the right questions. So your true self is always there, but you have to reach out first. You have to make the effort first. And so I think you did do that in some way. And this supernatural whatever event that we're talking about here, I think is Spirit's response to you. It was something that it didn't just happen out of nowhere. I feel like you made the first move at some point, and I don't know what that was. And except maybe it was the kind of like emptying your mind and just saying, can someone somewhere up there give me some help or some answers, or, it was just kind of like this internal readiness. And I think you had some sort of event that was like a confirmation or a synchronicity for you. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling with this card. And it may have been, I don't know, maybe it was something literal, like you just said, hey, give me a sign, and then suddenly like a book fell off of your bookshelf, right? Something quite literal. And it may be, because I think, Virgo, sometimes you need things to be literal. You need things to be in the physical realm where it's just, something that happens mentally or emotionally, it doesn't have that physicality to it. It doesn't have that solidity. So it's easy for us to say, oh, I didn't really hear that, or, that was something that's so abstract and so intangible that you almost can't prove it to yourself. You're a very practical kind of person. And so you want something in the physical realm that's just like, if this is real, I want you to move this book from there to there, right? And I think there was one time where that happened. And maybe it won't happen again. But I feel like something like that happened, and it was enough to really kind of make you a believer, right? Make you ready for more, in a way. Ready to receive more. Yeah. Okay, so there are things that we have to let go of. There are things I think you're getting out of this situation, whether it's a relationship, whether you're leaving the company that you worked for, you're moving out of your hometown, or whatever it is. It could be any of these things. It could be all of these things. I think there are a lot of things that you're letting go of, right? It's like if you're leaving the hometown, but there's still a lot of things you love about the hometown, right? So it's kind of like a little bit bittersweet in a way, because I feel like there are things that that we have to leave behind for this part of our journey. Does that make sense? And it doesn't have to be things that are so tangible as, all your childhood toys or something. You can't take them with you. But I feel like beliefs and desires and even other relationships and things, and it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of like if this is a relationship, let's say this is a romantic thing, or a marriage even, and you're getting out of that. Well, it doesn't mean that you don't like the person. Doesn't mean that there's not love there. Doesn't mean that there aren't still a lot of things that you do really cherish about that person, right? But it's an incompatibility. Those things don't justify you staying in that situation, right? Maybe it's the job you're leaving. You love the people you work with. You love the money. You love the building that you love your office or whatever. But there's something about it that is greater than all of those things, and you've got to go, right? And I don't know exactly what the scenario is. All right. Well, we're going to go to the path of the serpent now. You're stepping into this hermit energy. You're activating your power. You're finding that light that we might think of the light as being out there somewhere. Now you're realizing that the light is within you. And you're the one with the flashlight. You're the one holding the light. As we go to the path of the serpent, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really does help out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. All right, fire energy, almost all the way up. We've got this fire energy. And we start with the Prince of Wands, and this is real. This is commitment. This is kind of the card that says you're making a decision, and you're committing to it. Because, see, this is fixed fire. It has air within it, and that air is really an ace. This is the fiery, powerful energy that has that ace of swords in there. And this is you being committed to this new path. This is you with that sustained enthusiasm, that sustained confidence. Right? It's a very powerful energy. I feel as if there is this other fiery energy, the Knight of Wands here, is somebody is trying to kind of get in your way. You're walking out the door, and somebody kind of is kind of running after you, or jumping in front of you even. Okay, and I don't know if that's something literal, but I feel as if there is someone, like an actual person anyway, that is trying to, in a desperate way, kind of get you to stop, or get you to change your mind, or get you to come back. Yeah. Could be the boss, could be the coworkers, could be the other partner in the relationship, But you've got this commitment. You've got this, you just keep walking forward with the same sure steps. You don't slow down at all. You don't waver in your decision at all. Yeah, it's a real commitment here. And I don't think this is an easy choice for you. I think it is a certain choice. But let's not forget about the possibility that this is you getting into this relationship, right? Getting into this relationship. I don't want to leave out that camp, And this is the real, the commitment to that, the real kind of sure, the sure steps that you're taking. And then the Knight of Wands takes on a little bit of a different aspect, because now, either way, we have this kind of, this very almost frantic energy, very impulsive, very, very carried away. It's very active, even charismatic, even, And if you're getting into this relationship, I feel like this is kind of the vibe, that, and this seems kind of even something that you're not comfortable with. This is part of that fire energy, that you're not one to really let yourself go. You know what I mean? You like to kind of stay in control with sure steps, but this is just kind of like a whirlwind. This is just a wild kind of affair. This is you letting your enthusiasm just carry you away, taking you almost out of yourself in a way. Yeah. And I feel like this is difficult for you, kind of like letting loose, you know? This is you maybe not being in control, or letting your kind of passion, letting your instinct take a little bit more control. You know what I mean? Rather than being very practical, very rational, and very in control. This is like we're just letting loose a little bit. Yeah. But we've got to be careful of the Seven of Cups. You know, and you definitely don't want to get into another toxic situation. You don't want this to become a toxic situation. So you do maintain this level of control, your own personal power, this own sense of your own destiny. So we have the confidence with the 7 here, because this is what we're trying to avoid, right? You're trying to avoid getting bogged down in this swamp in any situation that is going to prevent you or slow you down from reaching your goals in life. Yeah, that's what I see with the 7 of Cups here. This is kind of like we're getting stuck in quicksand, you know. But I like this card because this is your ability to see quicksand from a distance. So you know you got to go around or you got to jump over it. Yeah. You're not getting stuck here. So if you're leaving a relationship, you're not going to get stuck in another one that's going to be kind of just as bad, you know. If this is you getting into this relationship, you are confident and certain, there's no worry there, that if this starts to kind of take a wrong turn, you're able to see that. You can see that coming from a distance, so you know how to kind of avoid this. Yeah. You know how to see a situation becoming toxic before it becomes toxic. Okay. And the three of Wands is it's your power. This is your ability to do this or the opposite of this again when you need to. You can get out of this or you can get into something else. And it kind of doesn't matter which way it's really flowing right now, because getting out of something is always getting into something else. Even if you're getting into, you know, kind of this a solo trek, you know. But the 3 of Wands is always your ability to be in control of your actions and make those choices to keep yourself on the right path, to keep you in your power, right? So if this relationship runs its course, let's say down the road, there's nothing preventing you from recognizing that and saying, okay, I'm making another choice. You've got this internal harmony about yourself now. And I think this is really allowing you to make all decisions, big decisions, little decisions, easy decisions, right? And the really big, tough decisions. And, you know, you're doing what's best for you and your life and, you know, your family, your loved ones, that sort of thing. And to me, this is really a powerful set of cards. And I feel like this is one of the best readings that we've done for you. We've had some readings lately that have been a lot of water, right? And we're kind of saying, well, maybe there's this kind of new kind of attraction, new kind of love entering your life. Well, yeah, we see that now, and we also see that it is not something that you're just getting whisked away by. It's not something that you are just kind of losing yourself in all that water, because now we've got a lot of fire here. So I feel like, yes, there is that new love coming in, whatever this big choice is that you're either getting into or getting out of. But the main thing is that you are in control of the situation. You're in control of your actions, and you can direct your destiny. Yeah. You can determine your fate with this stuff here. Well, let's look at the mystery card. Yeah. Let's see what is going on here. All right. I think we're going to see some of that water energy, honestly. But it's going to be good water. It's going to be an Ace of Cups. It's going to be 3 of Cups, 9, 10 of Cups. Yeah. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's take a look. Oh, it's the Judgment card, this one again. This is a wake-up call. This is definitely something that needs to happen right now. These cards really, this is like Spirit's alarm clock. and the alarm clock is going off and the trumpet is being blown right in your face that says, hey, now is the time. This is the time to act on all of this energy and step into your power and make this big decision that is it's really going to affect the rest of your life. Okay. So the fact that we're getting this card twice, not only is it saying this is a new era for you, but we're saying it's got to start now, right? Getting this card twice, it starts now, yeah. And so does the extended reading. If you want to watch the extended, click up here or down below in the video description. New readings for Virgo every Tuesday and Saturday, but I'm here every day. Just come on back, see me tomorrow, all right? If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.